Hey everyone, this is Peter Zay. Welcome to another episode. Hey everyone, this is PX Mr. Collector. How's everybody doing? Are you done with Christmas? I'm not. Did you have a nice Christmas? Yeah, I was looking at some of the sites and everybody's showing what they got, which I think is so exciting, and what you get. And I think it's really cool. But what I think is the coolest is that people respect collectors and gave gifts that really mattered to collectors. So thank you to all the boyfriends and girlfriends and husbands and wives and moms and dads and aunts and grandmas, friends, all of that, all of those people. Yeah, it is an amazing gift and very thoughtful. Yeah, I gotta say it was great to see people and how excited they were about getting their surprise gifts. Yeah, and I myself, it was an interesting holiday for me because I've always told you, you've got to be your best Santa. Yeah. So every year I make sure that there's something I want underneath the tree. So therefore, if I don't get it from someone else, at least I got something that I'm excited about my collection. So this year, oddly enough, there were two things that I got under my tree that I'm so glad that Santa got them for me. And one of them is actually, Princess Leia of Barbie, the Star Wars collection. Yeah, I saw this and I've noticed that on her, first of all, she's becoming hard to find because of all the seven figures of the Star Wars collection from Barbie. She's one of the most desirable ones, right? One of the most popular characters. And so with that, I actually found her through Amazon at the best price ever. eBay is getting crazy. So they're kind of taking the fun out of shopping. But I was able to find her and she actually got here in mint condition, which I was so happy. So now I have 6. One more to go. Yeah, so let me just talk about that for a second. I got a little griping to do, a little holiday griping. So I actually wanted to get her, and the other one that I'm missing is Chewbacca. Now Chewbacca is already at a really ridiculous price on eBay. I was able to find her through Mercari. Reasonable price, not the best. Reasonable price, but better than eBay. And got it in my cart, and something happened in the transaction that all of a sudden I had to redo it again, and all of a sudden they started asking me questions because I had to redo it again, and it became a nightmare. Now I want you to know that I have been a member of Mercari forever. Great reviews, purchased all kinds of stuff from them, no big deal. So for them to all of a sudden start questioning a good customer, it took the fun out of it. Needless to say, next thing you know, they closed my account, right? At the same time that I got a message saying from them that everything's cool, and then the sale went through. Yeah, a bit confusing, I gotta say. I was totally turned off. Needless to say, I didn't get the figure. I still didn't even respond to my card because I'm just turned off by them and their actions. So that's where I'm at now. What's going on with Sideshow? Yeah. And I really do mean that in a good way. I really do. Because all of a sudden, stuff is coming in. Yes, so excited, you know. So whether it is like Christmas gifts, could be the fact that it got here right around Christmas, super. And I was saying to myself, okay, well, you know, I can just go ahead and wrap them and put them under the tree. But they just kept coming in. So I was like, wow. Yes, so, I mean, this is, I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, take a look. Right? Look at that. All the stuff that came in. Crazy. And that's not even all of it. I know. Unbelievable. So let's start out with something fun. Let's start out with the fact that, wow. Okay, first of all, I was not expecting him to get here so soon. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like another year or so. And next thing I know, he was at my door. I didn't even look to see what was being delivered. I just knew that I was so shocked when I got this. And I couldn't freaking believe it. And I think Doc Brown comes next year. Yeah, sometime in 2022. But wow, so this is actually my first one of Back to the Future. I did not do the first run. And I definitely didn't want to miss out on the second run. And I was so thrilled with this guy. Yeah. So here's my dilemma. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put him. Yeah, I don't know where he fits in. So, you know, I have to get a couple of more cases, but right now, basically my cases are, you know, everything that's not him. Whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Marvel or DC Comics, whether it's Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter. Doesn't fit. Yeah, so I had a couple of other figures that were like that, and I had to actually put them in a different display. Like one of them is actually with a couple of them actually with my G.I. Joes, and then there are a couple with Barbie. You're like, what? I know, it sounds crazy, but the reality is wait till you see it because it actually turned out pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, so this guy came in. And so this is Marty and Einstein the dog. And first of all, I was scoping him out. And, you know, the head scope is pretty good. But what I liked about it, once I started looking into, because, you know, I don't like these waist grabbers, so because I had to put the waist grab on, it then made me look into, you know, the clothes and whether it was going to be safe for me to put the grabber around his waist. And I'm glad that I opened them because, first of all, I think that is so cool that they put pins on his jacket. That's awesome. And then he has suspenders, which are really cool. But then I was looking to see how this jacket was made. And I gotta tell you, it's amazing. It even, has lining, first of all. And then it has inside pockets that actually work. So, yeah, and then the outside pockets totally work as well. The cuff is awesome. Yeah, and then he has socks and tennis shoes, which are really cool. His vest, of course. Really, really happy with the way he looks. Yeah, and his jeans are like, they fit. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, so, and I gotta tell you, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. I mean, I saw it when it first came out. So that's, and you know, that's how long it's been. So when I got some of the things, I couldn't remember exactly the reference. So for example, save the clock tower that was struck by lightning. And then in the back there is Noah says, I love you, with a telephone number. Right? So I know that this is crucial to the movie. So I just can't remember what it is. So I definitely have to watch it again. And when I see the reference, I go, oh! So that was cool. Yeah, so My boy came with some really cool accessories that they're all he needs. All he needs. He doesn't need anything more than this. You know, sometimes I think that we get sometimes these accessories and they're just too many. And they sometimes get lost, right? Because I myself, I've gotten to the point where I leave some of the accessories in the box if I'm not going to use them. But most likely, I'm not going to go back to the box and search for it and put it out. You know, very rare. So with that, every accessory that he came with is definitely coming out of the box and it's all usable. So I love Einstein the dog. Yeah. And at first I was like, wow, he looks big. But when I put him next to him, especially this breed of dog, it's so great. It's got some good weight to it. See his little paws. Yeah. And from what I understand, so it seems like his head moves. Now, I'm not sure what the deal with that is. Like, does it pop off for any reason? But I know that in one of the pictures that I saw of Doc Brown, there is like a time clock, like a clock on him. That probably has to do with them, you know, transporting. So, yeah, I'm curious about that. So when Doc Brown comes, I think he gets his accessory. It didn't come with this box. So really happy with that. And I haven't seen any of these videos also, you know, like the unboxings, and also I really don't understand like some of the, like, for example, why is his head articulated? Maybe it had to do because you had to pop it out to put that other piece on. We'll find out, right? So here's something I thought was really cool. His headset, right? It's a tape recorder, and I had one of these for sure. As a matter of fact, it looks like it was the same one. Really, really cool accessory. Yeah, with the headphones and all. There you go. Yeah, good one. And then there was this thing here that I am not exactly sure what it is. I had to look up on it. Oh, you know what? I just found out what it is. Never mind. Okay, so the power of light. So I get this thing, right? They popped, right? You see, like, I'm like, okay, well, what is it? And I could see that it's like a little bit like rubbery. I'm like, oh, it probably belongs to something, right? And it's like a perfect circle. Well, now when I looked at it, I realized I'm such a goober. This is the foam to hold his watch. Yeah, and there it is. There's his watch. You can't really see the face of it, but so I'm glad I found this out. So yeah, so I will be putting on his watch. And then he came with the video recorder, which I think is really cool. Yeah, they did a really great job with this. I mean, it's exactly what it used to look like. Right, so it's got kind of like a leather handle right here. I don't know if you can see that. Right, and then it's got the other handle, right, so that when he is filming, he grabs onto that, right? Yeah, this is great. Love, love, love that. Great accessory. And then he also comes with a cool backpack. Love the colors. I would own this. And let's see, it has zippers that work. And it's kind of a pleather underneath, like a nylon on top, and it looks just like one of our backpacks. Love that. Here, take a closer look. There you go. That's better. I know, right? Sweet. And then, of course, the skateboard. And there's the skateboard. There's the bottom, some stickers. Yeah, really like that. That's awesome. Yeah, so I am very pleased with Marty. However, I don't know where I'm going to put him. Yeah, I had to figure that out. Yeah, because I really, really like him. I almost didn't pull him out of the box because I didn't know where he was going to go, but I was like, you know what? I got to make him work somehow. So we'll see. Yeah, so love him. Then the other thing that I got was the Elven Warrior. Okay. I have been, getting most of the Lord of the Rings figures. Actually, all the ones that come out since I've been collecting. And these two I have been wanting for a while. But the thing is that there were some other figures that kept coming out that were more exciting and more popular, right? So the Elven guys were like, kind of at the bottom, but I still had to get them for the Lord of the Rings collection. And my thought was, okay, well, I better jump on it because the next thing you know, you blink and then they're on the wait list. And I didn't want that to happen. So, and also they've been out for a bit. So I saw a review on them and they weren't a great review. It wasn't a really great review. And sometimes you got to be careful with reviews, even when I say give you a review, because I may not like something that turns out that you may like. So that you are okay with and I'm not, or vice versa. So sometimes, you got to really think to yourself whether you really want it or not. And if you really want it and you really like it, you could overlook some things that other people may not like. So with that, when I saw the reviews on these, I was like, okay, well, I could see what they're talking about, because one of the things that they said was that some of the material, and they even get the reference that it seemed as cheap as Barbie, which was actually a wrong statement, because Barbie has like cheaper dolls, and then they have higher end quality dolls, and when they're good, they're really good. So with that, I kind of understood just from what I was seeing on the screen as far as the fabric goes, that it was something different. And so needless to say, I had to get them. And sure enough, they came at the exact same day. Both the Elven Warrior and the Elven Archer. And the really cool thing about getting them both at the same time is that the comparison was really easy. Easy. So I haven't compared, now that I think about it, I haven't compared the head sculpts, but from what I can see, it already looks like they have a different nose. So I'm feeling good about that, but I don't think it's the same head sculpt for both. I hope it isn't anyway, but I'll definitely look into that. Yeah, maybe I'll look into what I'm showing you. Yeah, so the one thing that I gotta say, that I'm glad that I opened the Warrior first, because he comes with less accessories than the Archer. Yeah, the Archer actually came with quite a few more. I was surprised about how much more, actually. So here, let me show you the Warrior first, which I think he's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, he's a good-looking figure. I mean, that head sculpt is really fantastic. So, as you can see, right? Now, like I said, I had to check the other head sculpt, but as far as what you're seeing, everything, all of this is identical. So the Warrior and the Archer both are identical. The cape, the hands, the boots, the outfit. This is also wired. This is not wired. This is wired. And I really like that, because the fact that it's light material is able to stay back. Or put it however you want. And this is a material that they would, the reference was as far as like being cheap. And it's just that it's a different material. It's actually double lined. So it's not just one piece of fabric, they're actually two. It's just different. But it works in this case. I like the shine of it and the metallicness of it. I did not expect the hood. I think the hood is a really cool touch. Yeah, and like I said, his head sculpt is quite an attractive figure. So this one came with, so actually they both come with the same helmet, right, which is pretty cool. And this is, of course, his plastics is really light. And when I put it on, I just pulled these two out a little bit so it wouldn't scrape against his face. But yeah, so that is cool. And then, I forget what they call this. Let's see if I can remember. Scabbard or something like that, which is this holder for the Elven Blade. And this is actually a certain metal. I forget what they call it, but it's like it's definitely metal. And so it's got some weight to it. This is plastic. But that, yeah, it's a beautiful blade actually. Right? And it goes into this really cool looking case. And as you can see, it has a strap so that he can wear it, which is how I'm going to be displaying him. And I mean, that is beautiful. Yeah, and because of that blade, it does have some nice weight to it. And then it also came with a really nice shield. You can see the back. That's where he will hold it. So the other thing that I heard is that I changed one of the hands to one that is a holder, a holding hand. But from what I understand, I haven't tried it yet. The video that I saw, the person was having a hard time with the hands staying on when he added the weight of the shield. So knowing that, if I started having a problem with it, then I'll have to figure out a different way to do it, because I'm not going to bother with trying to keep it on if it's just part of it not staying on. Then again, it could be that his didn't stay on and mine will. So we'll see. Yeah, but it's plastic. However, because of the size of it, it's not that as light as you would think. And then they called this an Elven Spare. I think that's what I see. I see spare, not spear, spare. And that the blade is also metallic. It's metal. So yeah, this part here, I forget what you call this, but yeah, it's not as they could have done something a little more intricate, because some carving on it or something would have been cool, versus just a plastic stick. Especially with the blade being, I mean, you could see all the beautiful artwork on that. Right, yeah, so that's a nice piece. So they both came with the shield, the helmet, and the spare. The Warrior, where his is different, his has this, right? His blade. So now let me show you the archer. So here's the archer. And as you can see, everything is identical. Now put the helmet on this one so that you can see what he looks like with the helmet. So you see, so everything, and I mean everything, on the two figures, identical, as it should be, right? So now I'm going to remove his helmet to see if the faces are different. And I can tell you right now that the faces are different. Yes. Oh, I'm so relieved. Yes. Oh yeah, totally different. One is actually a pretty boy. So yeah, so here you can compare yourself. You see, they're different. Yeah, so that is really, really cool. That they needed to do that, because if they would have been the same, I would have been quite upset. So good for them for that slight little detail. Yeah, great one. Okay, so now the archer, this guy right here. This guy right here comes with a lot. So first of all, one thing that I noticed is that, so here is his spare, right? You saw the helmet. See, the shield is the same. And then here is his bow. I know, and it's a big one, and you can see the beautiful artwork on that, right? Beautiful, right? So then it came with this other layer. First of all, there is the holder for all the arrows. There are some hands here that he would use for when he's ready to shoot the arrow. So that'll be interesting to see how to make that work. But one thing that is really cool is that he actually came with another bow. So, which I was a little confused by that because I'm not really sure why he has two. But you can see the difference, right? Like one is really large and then this other one, and they're both beautiful. And then here are all the arrows, and this is the holder, and it has a belt on it as well so that, you know, he could sash it over. So, and it comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 arrows. So that is sweet, sweet, sweet. I know. Yeah, so I am not really sure how I'm going to display him with this. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll have to figure out. How exciting, I know, right? So just letting you know the difference between the two, that if you're thinking of getting one, you may want to consider getting the Archer just because it comes with a lot more for the same price. So keep that in mind, okay? Yeah, so, oh my God, that is exciting. Yeah, very, very happy with that. So then the other one that I got, which actually I have him on the display case, and the only reason I have him on the display case is because he came all in white, and I didn't want to pop him out and just leave him getting dusty. And I've had him for at least a couple of weeks, so he definitely, I had to make room for him in the display case immediately. But the figure I am talking about, Tron, Kevin Flynn. Yeah, I remember the movie, the original one that first came out. So when they remade it, they did it with Jeff Bridges. I was like, okay, I've got to get this figure only because I love Jeff Bridges. And when I got him, I was really surprised because it's been a while since I've seen the movie, that he actually came with two outfits. He's dressed in the all white, that's how he came. And then there's a whole nother outfit where he's all in black. Right, so that was part of the movie, right? And so I thought it would be a really cool thing if I could get another figure and put the black outfit on him. Yeah, so playing with that thought. But really, really happy with it. And like I said, he's in the display case, and I had to show it to you when I show you the display case. Yeah, very happy with that. Okay. So there are a couple of other figures here that I'm just gonna mention because that way I could just get them out of the way and talk about them again when they're in the display. But the other two that I thought were pretty cool that I got, which away from Sideshow and the Hot Toys, is this Barbie. And like I said, I was actually done with collecting the fashionistas. You know, they were great fillers, and I got enough to do the fillers. You know, fillers are when I do a scene that'll be like figures in the background. But this one came out, and I really thought that she was different. I hate what she's wearing, but I thought that her head sculpt and her hair are really, really cool. So yeah. Yeah, I think she's smoking. Yeah, that outfit's got to go, but the figure itself and the hair thing is quite different. So I cannot wait to put her in the scene where I have a party going on. I think she'd be great for that. And wait till you see the scene where I've got Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio hanging out. Oh, now you're interested, huh? Now you're curious. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted for Christmas, which I actually did not get, so I made a note for me for that, maybe for my birthday, I'll get it. But I wanted the new Cruella de Vil from the movie. And I think that Emma Stone was fantastic on it. And I love the fact that the Disney doll that they came out with looks like Emma Stone. And I thought that was really awesome. So at the same time, I guess that Hasbro is doing the, it's called the Style Series. And these are some of the characters of some of the Disney movies styling, like, you know, like fashion things. So so I found a Cruella de Vil there, and I received her in this. So this is called the Disney Style Series, and I gotta say that is really a fun figure. The face is fantastic. The head sculpt is really cool, but I love the fact that they actually added lashes to it. Her pocketbook is really awesome, and yeah, check her out. I know, right? Not bad. Yeah. And of course, you know, you get them at the very beginning and they're extremely affordable. But I thought it was really, the artwork is really cool. Yeah, so as you can see, that's what they mean by the Style Series, that they look like they are in a fashion show. So, yeah. So yes, I'm so that I got her. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4 Star Wars figures. So here, let's find out what I got. I got, oh, wow. Okay, you guys, don't hate, just be happy for me. The 501 Battalion Clone Trooper. I know, I couldn't believe it. Oh, yeah, I got the deluxe. Yeah. Okay, so, you know, everybody's always saying, get the deluxe. Unless, you know, you're planning to use, I think it was the red helmet. I think it came out with the blue helmet. It actually has 3 helmets. And the red one is where, Captain Rex is part of that league. So you can see that he has a red helmet too. So if you're planning to use the red helmet on them, then I suggest you get the deluxe. But if you don't care about the other 2 helmets, I'm not sure if the regular one comes with just the 1 helmet or if it comes with 2 helmets, but this one came with 3. I don't think that it made it so deluxe. Yeah, I think that if you were just getting the figure and not be deluxe, that you're not really missing out on anything when it comes to this one. That's my opinion on it, right? Even though I know that some people, and I just pulled them out of the box, so I haven't really like scoped them out or anything. But I know that some people already put him on their top 10 list. So we'll see if he makes it or not. So I, however, am very glad that I got him, because when I saw that he was connected to Captain Rex, I was like, score! And sure enough, let me even fix my hand's falling apart. Let me just like compose myself. This figure is smoking. Yeah, and it's all, to me, it's all about his head sculpt and his helmet. Like, so I have him actually pretty much like that, holding his helmet. And I love it. Love him. Yeah, his head sculpt, it really is all about the head sculpt, to be honest with you. That's awesome. The colors of the uniform are awesome. He's a little more simpler than I expected, but I can see why people love him. Yeah, so happy that I got him. And you know that I got Commander Cody. So now all the, Mandalorian figures and everything, they're falling into place. And it's looking amazing. It's looking amazing. But the thing is that I'm running out of space because now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 10 figures to add to my case. I may have room for 2. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, so guys, the other 2 that I got, which are really exciting as well. I've got the Death Watch Mandalorian. Yeah, he actually just came in. And I saw the figure, I pulled him out, and I was like, oh, okay, so, he was a little simpler than I expected. Didn't come with them any accessories. Actually, I don't think I even paid much for him. But his color is really cool. And then when I put him in the case, that's when it made the difference. Yeah, because he looks incredible next to the collection. Yeah, on his own, I was like, all right. But when you put him next to, the Mandalorian and the Armorer and Captain Cody and all that, yeah, it is quite a beautiful thing. So I am really excited about that. Really, really excited about that. Yeah, and his jet is awesome. I mean, there's so many displays that you could do with these jets and these figures, and I'm really, really excited. But like I said, you need some space. And I'm talking about space, I'm right now in this place where I've been saving my points, my reward points, and I have enough to get Jabba the Hutt. I know. So I'm torn because I could get Jabba the Hutt, but the thing is that he does take some space, and I'm not exactly sure how I would even try to figure out how to display him. But I really think that if you're going to be a Star Wars collector, he's just a part of it. So I think that's where I'm leaning, because the other one that I'm thinking of is the dragon from Lord of the Rings. And he's massive as well. But the one thing that there are a couple of things actually that I don't like about that figure is that, first of all, that he's double the price. Yeah, I know, he's like $1,500. And my thing is, I will be okay with that if he did something, right? So I don't think there's any articulation maybe in his front arms. That's about it. He's stuck to the base, right? But he really doesn't, it'd be great if his wings moved, right? Then I'd be like, oh, okay. But I think they missed the mark on that. Yeah, so he's basically a statue. And for that, I'm not really sure. I think that I'm going to aim for Jabba the Hutt and actually just order him and bring him home. So yeah, I think I made up my mind. There you have it. So yeah, so I know it's so exciting, right? That I get that order that on reward points. Yeah, that was tough because there were some figures that came out. I was like, oh, I could just get it for free. Well, free in a way, the fact that we actually paid a lot of money to get those points. Yeah, then, I don't know if you guys noticed that, I think I mentioned before that the reward points are now $20 instead of $25. And I'm hoping that it's just during this time of COVID. Everybody has suffered. I'm sure their company has suffered as well because people can't afford to buy them. But I also noticed that the prices have gone up, and I've noticed that the reward points have gone from 25 to 20. And I'm hoping it's just temporary as we get through this struggle. But anyway, $20 is $20, right? So yeah, and then through, I believe it was TNS. Yeah, TNS or Toys Wonderland. I'm not really sure which one it is that I got this from, but it came in. Oh yeah, you know what? This was Toys Wonderland. It came in, and they actually sent it to the wrong address, so that was stressful. Thank God that my husband was in California when this arrived there. I'm actually in the East Coast, and he showed me a picture of it. So it's not what I was expecting at all, because when he brought it home, he brought this home in his suitcase. This baby is heavy. It's got some weight to it. And I had no idea what it was because he didn't open it. So when it got here, I was like, oh, that's what it is. Darth Maul with the Sith speeder. Yeah. So once again, you need some space for this. So I think I'm actually going to set him up on my drafting table. Yeah, I think he'll be real cool. You know, I had planned to do the Stormtrooper with the speeder bike, but that actually went to California, and the fact that it went there, I decided to leave it there because some other figures were coming here and I needed the space. And sure enough, this guy came here. And the thing is that I have another Darth Maul in the case. So I'll either put them side by side or I will definitely put him here. So we'll see. But like I said, he's got some weight to it. And I'm not sure that I feel okay with putting him on glass. So I don't know. I might have to work on my displays just to make this work. I know, but what a problem. I know, right? We're like, like, shut up already. Okay, so I'm only going to tell you what the other two that I got. And I am beside myself. And I'm already beside myself. And as you can see, I haven't even pulled them out of the box yet. They're still in the shipper box. And part of that is because, as you can see, I have enough stuff to play with. But I saw some people already definitely put some, like one of them on the top 10, like two people already that I saw on YouTube that already, their top 10. And I could see where it's, like, you know, it's a possibility, but I haven't opened them yet. So I don't know. So one of the ones that I got is Thor from the Avengers 4. Yes, from Endgame. Yes. Excited to pull him out. Excited to pull him out. However, I know all these howevers. I definitely got to get 2 more display cases for sure. Because what's happening is that I have most of my Infinity War and Endgame figures in the West Coast. But now that I'm here and I'm going to be here for a while, now the figures, the new ones are coming here. So Thor, for example, I think is the second one of the series that I have here, which means that he needs his own shelf, right? Because when you look at a collection, it's got to make sense. I just saw, I'm not going to say who, I just saw another somebody's video of, you know, their setup, and it's an amazing collection. But I got to say, I wasn't that thrilled with the setup. I'm not going to say who it is, where some of these other collectors, their setups are freaking unbelievable because they make sense. They make sense, right? So, you know, I have, like in one of my shelves, I have my gauge reel of Lord of the Rings with my Game of Thrones figures, right? Because I figured, oh, they're kind of like a timepiece. She doesn't belong. She doesn't belong. So I definitely had to move her out of there so that the case looks like it's supposed to look. But that's what I'm talking about. It's got to make sense, right? Because we as fans and collectors and all that, we know our stuff. We know characters. So yeah, it's got to make sense. And at the same time, I understand about when you don't have space, which is why she's in there, because I didn't have the space for her and she's wearing all white. So I was like, I just got to keep her in the glass. But anyway, that's an issue. So yeah, so excited to pull him out. And, you know, these Hot Toys, they got some weight to it. This is not a light guy either. However, I don't know. I mean, you know, as far as this collection goes, what do they call the Holy Grail? Right? Because there's some really desirable, you know, everybody wants Captain Rex, right? That's a huge Darth Maul on the Sith speeder. That's pretty sweet. But now the latest one. Oh, that's right. Iron Patriot. Oh, yeah, I am so thrilled the fact that this came in. Yeah, I Am Patriot, and it's die-cast. So it's got some weight to it, and on top of that, I hear he's a beast. I am so excited about that. And I know that, people are complaining because the red, white, and blue wasn't part of the movie. I can't remember that. But who cares? Who cares? Because the reality is that, when you put him with the other Iron Mans, and you put him with Rescue, and you put him with War Machine, all that, his colors are going to pop out. They're going to pop, and they also to the fact that I think he's actually a bigger figure. I'm stoked about that. I am really, really stoked about that. So I cannot wait to pull this baby out, to see all that he comes with, to see what the light features are. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Awesome. And once again, like I said, this is also part of the movie Endgame. So that's what I'm saying, that I now have to start building up a shelf just for the Endgame figures because they belong together. Yeah, and I gotta tell you, the other thing I gotta tell you is that if you're collecting these figures, or if you're like starting out your collecting for the first time, right? I mean, I find it interesting because everybody has their thing. I saw somebody, some of the postings that people said put on Facebook about something they wanted, and they finally got it, and I was surprised by it because there's so many choices. It's not something that I would have picked, but they were so ecstatic about it. Whether it was a small figure, whether it was a statue, whatever it was, and there's no feeling like it. I mean, it's so cool. So what I was gonna say is that if you're starting to collect, the great thing about Hot Toys is that there's some groupings already that have been formulated for you. So if you start a collection, it's a great way to just start a group. For example, like I just said, Infinity War, that's a whole group right there. I mean, you just basically have one of each of the characters in that movie. Awesome. The other one is Justice League, right? If you want Justice League, right, you got the main characters right there from the movie Justice League. Easy. Then the other one is, of course, Star Wars. Now, with Star Wars, the great thing about Star Wars, because the collection of Star Wars is like unbelievable. I mean, it is huge. But remember, there are like 3,000 movies of Star Wars that came out. So therefore, pick a movie, pick a series, like whether it's Clone Wars or whatever it is, and that may be your start of your collection for Star Wars, right? So that's an idea, Then also too, if you want to go for cheaper toys that are not really hot toys and are more affordable, for example, Asmus or 3-0, and through Asmus, for example, that I got the collection of Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings. That's what it is, Lord of the Rings. And yeah, it's definitely definitely more affordable, because you pay, for example, less than $200 for a figure, where for Hot Toys is basically $200 and up. Yeah, which is crazy, which is really, really crazy. Because I'm already starting to see that the average figure soon enough is going to be $300. Ouch! Yeah, so that's crazy, right? So this guy, I cannot wait to do an unboxing on him. That is going to be so cool. So my friends, I think that this video has been long enough. I think that I have enticed you with so many cool things, and I cannot wait to start playing. So stay tuned, because in my next one, I'm going to show you some of the display cases. And of course, I'm going to have to give you my top 10. Yeah, I already started making my list, and I got to tell you, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because this year we had so many figures come out. I mean, the year's not over, and they are like throwing it at us. So cool, so exciting. So my friends, take care of yourself. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself, right? And I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. See ya.